Welcome to the presentation on sampling techniques and sample types. Sampling is a method of collecting data in the research process and it is discussed in detail in research methodology. Before going to the sampling techniques, we need to understand some basic terms. One is population and another is sample. Population is the totality of all members or units under study. It may be finite or infinite. Whereas sample is a finite subset of the population we select for the purpose of study or investigation. Or we can say that sample is a representative of the population. The elements or members of a sample is termed as sampling unit. There are mainly two methods of data collection. One is census method and another is sampling method. Census method means we collect the data or information from each and every unit of the population. Of course, it is very accurate and reliable, but it's practically not possible in all cases. It's a tedious task, it's costly and time consuming, so that in most of the cases, the researcher chooses sampling method for data collection because of its feasibility. So sample survey or sampling is the method of collecting data from a finite subset of the population called the sample. It saves time and cost, and it is the only possible case in the case of destructive items and when the population is infinite. Of course, there are disadvantages like it may not be a true representation of the population. The sample may not be a true representative of the population. In that case, the result obtained will be not that accurate. To get better result, the sample selected should be a true representative of the population and the sampling techniques should be unbiased. Sampling techniques are broadly classified into two: probability sampling techniques and non-probability sampling techniques. Probability sampling means every unit of the population has some non-zero probability to be selected as a sampling unit. So everyone has a chance. Whereas in non-probability sampling, there are units of the population who has no chance to be selected as sampling unit, and there may be members which are sure to be selected. That is, it is biased. Probability sampling techniques. There are various types of probability sampling techniques: simple random sampling, stratified sampling, systematic sampling, cluster sampling, multi-stage sampling, etc. Simple random sampling is the simplest sampling techniques in which each and every member of the population has equal probability to be selected as a sample unit. The selection is done using lottery method or random number table method. The advantage is that there is no possibility of personal bias. If the sample size is very large, the sample obtained from simple random sampling will be a true representation of the population. There are disadvantages like it's not reliable when the sample size is small, it's not useful for heterogeneous population. Next is stratified sampling. This is the most commonly used sampling technique when the population is a heterogeneous population. The heterogeneous population is divided into small subpopulations known as strata. Each stratum contains items or units with homogeneous characteristics. From each stratum, we select sampling units using simple random sampling methods. This ensures accuracy and a true representation of the population. There is no personal bias. If the stratification is not proper, the result obtained will not be reliable. Another method is systematic sampling, in which first of all we decide the sample size. For example, if you have a population of size 100 and you need a sample of size 10, first of all we list out the units of the population. All the 100 units of the population are listed out. Then we divide the whole population into uh, classes of 10. 1 to 10 comes under first class, 11 to 20 goes to the second class, and so on. Now we decide a number k, which is capital N by small n, and in the particular example it will be 100 by 10, uh, which is 10, and we select a number in between 1 and 10. Let it be 3. Then we choose the items numbered 3, 13, 23, etc. up to 93, which constitute a sample. So, in between any two items selected, there is an interval of length k, which is 10 in our example. So, this is very simple method. It's consumes only less time and work, and it's efficient also. But it may not be a true representation of the population in the case of heterogeneous population. Another method is cluster sampling, where the whole population is divided into subgroups called clusters, and certain clusters are selected, and from these selected clusters we choose sampling units, and it has its own advantages and disadvantages. Another example of a probability sampling technique is multi-stage sampling, in which the sampling is done in multiple stages. The entire population is divided into clusters. The clusters are again subdivided, and the process of division and subdivision of clusters and the selection of multi-stage samples are carried out till the sample size is reduced to a reasonable extent. Now we move on to non-probability sampling techniques. Remember, non-probability sampling techniques are techniques in which there are certain members of the population with zero probability to be selected as a sampling unit. Some of the techniques are deliberate sampling. The investigator or researcher purposefully or deliberately select or omit certain units of the population in the sample. So it is absolutely biased sampling technique. This selection may not be the selection may be based on the ease of access or convenience, which is termed as convenience sampling, or maybe based on the judgment or prior um, judgment of the investigator about the uh, population units, the member of the population which he thinks to be the best representative will be selected by the investigator. That's termed as judgmental sampling. Another non-probability sampling technique is quota sampling. Here, the population is divided into quotas, and each quota is assigned to an investigator. So, there are multiple investigators in this case, and each investigator chooses sampling units according to certain strategies adopted by him. So here the personal bias is again distributed to multiple persons. That is the only advantage of quota sampling over the other one, deliberate sampling. And we can improve the reliability of the result by the division of population into quotas. Like the quotas may be selected according to certain specific characteristics such as age, sex, religion, income, etc. Now we move on to another technique called sequential sampling. This is a complex sample design. Here the ultimate sample size is not fixed in advance, and as the survey progresses the investigator decides the sample size. Number of sample lots are drawn one after another in order of a sequence till a satisfactory sample lot is obtained. Another sampling non-probability sampling technique is multi-phase sampling, in which the sampling is carried out in multiple phases. Some information is collected from the whole sample, and additional information is collected either at the same time or later from a subsample or from the full sample. So it's completed in multiple phases, so that this name. Thank you for listening to the presentation on sampling techniques and sample types. Thank you.